Oh boy, and it doesn't matter if we're here together, but really when we say we're in quadraphonic, that's not exactly what we thought we meant, but I guess
that's a new way to intro. There you go.
Just when you think you have everything all fixed and ready to go.
Never say, I think everything's great.
I know, right? It's always something at the last minute. Anyways, that was a fun way to start.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Stampin' Scoop Show.
We're back.
Yeah, after a little unexpected hiatus, we are back and ready for lots of crafting. And we have a long-awaited winner from our last episode that we haven't announced yet, so that's coming up. We're going to be sharing an amazing new suite of products from Stampin' Up! That's coming out. We're going to be...
It's making me feel like summer.
Oh gosh,
I need that right now.
Right. So we are excited to be here. Welcome aboard, everybody. Somebody says they don't have sound. Well, if there's more of you, shout out. If somebody hears us, shout out. So we are broadcasting live. We are on Facebook at craftystampin.com or stampwithtammy.com. We are on YouTube at craftystampin.com or stampwithtammy.com. And you may be watching we may be watching the replay in either of those places and beyond on our blogs or any place else. Okay, everybody else has sound. So
someone said they forgot their headphones
there we go.
Or something like that.
Okay.
So
all right, we're good. I would say to the person that doesn't have sound, bounce out, bounce back in again, but they can't hear me. So. Sorry. Anywho, so let's get started with the fun. Where should we start? Should we start with giveaways? Should we start
let's start with giveaway. They waited so long to find out who won. And then what? So
all right,
here we go. That.
Here we go. So we're going to start with what we're giving away on this episode. You have a chance to win this very hard to get stamp set.
And it's so pretty.
It is.
It's one of those ones, every time you see it, it's prettier. What people are doing with it.
It is an absolutely gorgeous set, and you have to have a $300 order workshop party, whatever combined, in order to get this only during Celebration, which ends February 20th. We'll circle back to that. Anywho, to get the set, so it's really hard to get, and you have a chance to win it. And all you need to do here is leave a comment on this video. No matter where you're watching it, leave a comment. We will find you. And if you share this video onto social media and type the word shared into the comments, then you will be entered a second time, which a bunch of you have already done. So
thank you.
Thank you for sharing the love. We love you right back. And that also means we have a winner from our previous episode, and that is for the Simply Marvelous Designer Series paper, and the winner there is Debbie Fried. And I hope I hope we're saying that right. Apologies on that, Debbie.
Yes, I screw up names all the time.
So you can fill out the prize claim form at craftystampin.com or stampwithtammy.com.
Yes,
and that is our giveaway. So. We have we'll scan through what's going on really quickly, and then we're gonna
catch up.
We'll start with what we're gonna reveal in a second. We'll gloss over this really quickly because we want to tease you. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
We'll get all the
after
details
this
in a
commercial break. We are going to be sharing this amazing collection that you are going to completely flip out for. So stay tuned. Put a pin in that. Right now, available
all together. Now.
Right?
So this is a new collection. It consists of the new stamp set with matching dies and paper. Those things are limited time, will not be in the new catalog. But these are also include the blends, the natural tone, skin tone blends. There are 10 new shades that you can use in your coloring. And these are available right now and through the beginning of May. And you're going to want to get your hands on them now.
They are pretty awesome. So mini catalog is now available. All the products are really awesome. You can check those out in our online stores. You can request catalogs on our blog. And this is ending.
Countdown now to this.
This is ending. It has been awesome. We have been loving playing with these products from Celebration, and you can earn them free with $50 or more orders. There are a bunch of amazing products. You can check out our video showcasing them, or you can see them on our blogs. Or they're awesome. Yeah. They're really awesome. And I have a feeling there's paper in there. There's several different papers that I have a feeling will probably be sold out before the end of the promotion,
Yes.
which ends on February 28th. So if you have some of that paper, you want to stock up on it, or it's on your list, I would recommend doing it now. Don't wait until February 28th, and you may be disappointed. So just a note on that.
And now is always, well, anytime's the best time, but right now it's even better time to join Tammy and I, because if you get the starter kit now, during celebration, you will get 2 free stamp sets in addition to your starter kit, which is $125 worth of product for $99.
It's a great deal.
Go through that lovely little wish list, pick the 2 most expensive stamp sets, like, don't cheap out here. Go with the most expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Then fill your starter kit of the $125 and join us. And there's no selling required.
No, you can join us
Just
just
hang
for
with
the
us.
discount and the ideas and the fun. We have so much to share in our Stamp It Demonstrator group. We have so many awesome people in the group.
And you get all these new things earlier.
I actually see a lot of you on here now. I had all of our Stamp It demos on there. We love having you guys on here.
Yeah.
And we love being able to share with everybody.
Add what we're going to show you to your starter kit. So everything here is available.
Right
so
now.
Take note if this is something you were interested in.
And still get the 2 free stamp
Yes.
sets. So that's a good deal. And the Calming Camellia, we just shared this as our prize for this episode. So you have a chance to win it. Just leave a comment. And when you share, you can, you have a chance to win it. You have a chance to win it. Right?
Speak the truth there, Tina.
When you share, you got a double chance to win. Okay. I was stumbling on that. All right.
Double the fun.
So our last piece of info to share here is Paper Pumpkin. The 10th is Thursday, so 2 days away, and that is the deadline for the February kit, which looks adorable.
Oh my God. I love the antlers.
So fun.
What is it, the antelope or whatever? He's so cute. I cannot wait for that one.
I can't wait for this one. Linda and I are going to be sharing some ideas for the January kit, this past kit, on our blogs on Thursday as well. So we have our PPX blog hop, and our PPX is that special
Paper Pumpkin video exclusive crew. Or PPX for short.
So if you purchase Paper Pumpkin from either of us, you get a bunch of alternate ideas that are exclusive to you for purchasing from us every month. So
Susan is asking if she thinks that Calming Camellia will be put into the annual catalog. And unfortunately, the celebration items are limited time only, and they don't bring them back.
They don't come back.
The only time they did that was that hate check. It's the only time
and they let us know.
11 years that one has come back. So I don't think that's going to happen.
And we have another question here about the Waves collection being in the annual catalog. Yes, it will be, and we will cover that in a minute. So we'll stay tuned. But there is one more thing that I wanted to share regarding the January kits, and that is that there are refills, at least they were this morning, still available. These usually sell out really fast. And as of this morning, there were some. So that's available in our online stores, and the mini treat boxes, which are really super cute.
They're very cute.
I thought these made great favors, like wedding favors.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So so I was thinking that was a really great deal too. So those are our checklist of things that we didn't want to miss telling you guys about. So now, are you guys ready? Ready for the waves? The waves. All right, let's check it out. So, here it is. So, the question was, will this be in the annual catalog? And the answer is yes and no.
It's never an easy answer.
So, I believe it is the stamp set and dies, yes?
Yes, these two items are carrying over to the annual catalog. The beautiful paper and the jewels will not. They are limited time only and while supplies last.
So another reason why you might want to get that kit and get it now.
Yes.
So they will be available to customers in our online stores on March 1st. Again, these pieces will be while supplies last. And let's talk about the products because they're pretty awesome and we have some really cool things to share with them. So we've got the stamp set, which I love the wave on here. It goes with so much, and it's just awesome, and it's beachy. It's totally right up my alley. It's amazing.
And it is a distinctive stamp set, so it's got that real shading to it that those stamp sets have. They're really cool.
And then we have our dies, which Linda's going to show you the die pieces. We'll wait. Yeah, we'll do the paper. We'll go over the whole thing and then because she's got her, she loves to put them all together, and we love that. We absolutely love that. And this is the jewels here. Doris is mentioning a limit. The limit is only during the pre-order. That's for demonstrators. There won't be a limit when they're on March 1st when they open up to customers. However, they will be while supplies last.
Right.
So we've got a bunch of different colors here on
all our blues and Granny Apple Green.
So the colors, there are 6 colors. They're Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy, Pacific Point. It says 6 colors in the...
So we got Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy, I'm going Pacific Point, Balmy Blue, is that?
I'm going to say
and then Bermuda Bay, and then Granny Apple Green.
Yep. That's
I'm guessing?
That's my
I think
guess.
it's all our blues plus Granny Apple Green.
I'm reading the flyer right here. So I'm reading the flyer, which is going to be up. This is up on our websites, too, that you can check it out here. And it says Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy, Pacific Point, and then it cuts off.
There. I'm going with Bermuda Bay, Granny Apple Green, Balmy Blue.
But I think
Coastal Cabana, Balmy Blue, Pacific Point, and Night of Navy.
Yeah, and I think as we go through the paper and talk about the colors that are in the paper, it will shed some light on the different colors that are here. So let's take a look at this paper.
Get ready!
Oh my gosh, this is one of the coolest paper designs I think I've ever seen. Does this not look like a beach right here? Doesn't it look like sand and ocean? And I love it. I love it.
Have you guys ever seen people go to those paint pour classes and stuff, and they pour paint and all the different ones come out? That's how these were made.
Yeah. So cool. So the colors in here are Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Night of Navy, Pacific Point, and Petal Pink. And on one side, we've got these lighter colors. We've got the pinks and the yellows and the orange and some of the lighter blue here. But on the flip side, and we'll go through each one in a second. On the flip side, we've got the darker.
These colors are just so cool.
Oh my God, they're so pretty.
Yeah.
So we'll do a quick flip. We'll do a quick flip so you can see them. They're so much better and easier to see this way than in the brochure, but. Oh my gosh, I just love them. We as demonstrators were able to get 2 packs. And I've already blown through one.
Well, that's why I said I'm like I managed to save 1 of each. Do you need them?
Yeah, the one whole pack I've managed to go through the complete pack, and I'm gonna share some Designer Series paper ideas that I made with them in a minute. All right, so Linda's got some cool.
Okay, so I've done this for you guys before, and it's gonna be available on both our websites with our follow-up. So if you want to make a sampler page for this DSP with all the colors that are in it, the only problem with this is these are 2x2 squares, and as you saw the paper, some of the papers. Have drastically different colors depending on which 2x2 you choose to use. So it's not a complete representation, but for me, I'm a visual person, so I like being able to see all the colors that it go with, like in one thing. So these will be available for you to create on your own. So they're blank, and you just need to cut up your own paper and stuff for that. So that is the DSP. Here is another way to look at the dies and the dies that come in the set. There are 9. The birds are a single die that cut out both with 1.
I love these seagulls.
I know they're really cool. You can then take these dies. So you can see the seagull. He cuts out a stamped image, and when I was going through them, I kept looking at these little pieces. I'm like, what in the heck are these? They layer over the full cloud to make to give the cloud some definition. Now, this is a very weird looking cloud in Coastal Cabana and Night and Navy, but I wanted to make sure you could see the difference. But when we get to some of the samples, you'll see where they're white on white, and it just adds texture. I also took the two wave dies and I put them on top of each other. So they're each way. The lighter Coastal Cabana's on top each time, and the Night and Navy's on the back, but in each one, one's on the top, one's on the bottom. Just so you can see how they work together to make a kind of a really cool effect. So these are the dies from the Waves die set.
All right, so with that, those are the products that are in the suite, and you'll be able to download this brochure that has all the information on them on our blogs. I am going to start with some stamping. Do you guys want to see?
Woo!
Yeah,
Woo!
let's see this in action. So I'm going to start with some heat embossing, and then we're going to work. So I'm going to use the words from the set, and then work our way up into playing with the designer series paper. So what I'm actually starting with is some vellum cardstock right now. And I'm going to take something to reduce that static because it's really bad in here right now because it is winter in New England and it's dry. And I'm going to just, you know what, I used an embossing buddy. So if you don't have that, cornstarch works, dry sheet works, Swiffer works, anything just to keep that static
Put in
down.
a little bit of fabric, you know, like with a little rubber band, you know, just so you can pat it down.
Yeah.
You know?
So I just stamped that in Versamark ink, which is a watermarking ink. And what's beautiful about that is that it stays tacky longer so that...
You can chat a while.
Yep, we can talk about what we're doing. And then I can pour some white heat emboss powder over it. And it will still actually be a little tacky. So we've got our words on there. And then we're just going to heat emboss that, heat set it. And there is a reason why I'm using vellum.
I'm paranoid.
Words.
This is going to get
Thank you.
Because I've done it too many times.
Thank you for that. I have an issue when I'm heat embossing on camera because I always try to hold the words so that you can actually see.
Oh, and melt?
Yeah, and then I end up not actually aiming the gun in the right place because I'm trying to do both right now.
What if you did it from underneath?
That would probably work.
So they could see.
Yeah, that would probably work.
I usually burn my
I
finger.
know Shelley Gardner, who is the CEO of Stampin' Up, that's how she always heat embosses from underneath.
Underneath, yeah. I've done it a few times. I never think
So,
to.
and one thing I'm going to point out here is I'm using vellum cardstock, which we sell in our online store. And the vellum cardstock for the heat embossing that I just did is very important. You'll notice there's no bending, no waving, no burning, no melting. It's very important when you're heat embossing that you use that.
So if Sarah had the same issues as I did, leaving the top open, it just makes you like, oh!
Kathy has a really good suggestion: cornstarch and a baby sock.
I was going to say baby sock, but then
To
I'm
make
like, a
your
lot
own-
of us don't have access to baby socks anymore.
to make your own embossing
yes.
buddy.
Yes.
So thank you for sharing that. That is a great idea.
I think that is a perfect idea.
So I'm taking, these are adhesive sheets, and they are, I'm going to share a little trick with you that I think, I don't know, for me it was mind-blowing. So I've got just a scrap piece of adhesive sheet here, and I'm going to stick the vellum to it. Now anytime, and those of you who work with vellum or have worked with it in the past will know that adhesive shows through, right? It's
Yes.
translucent, you can see through it, and any adhesive marks will show through.
That's usually where I stick an embellishment.
It's annoying, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you usually have to try to find a way to, cleverly cover that. But did you just notice that? I just attached the adhesive sheet to it. You cannot see any adhesive at all. So
Awesome.
there you go. There's my $1 million tip for the day, and that is adhesive sheets with vellum. So you don't see the lines. You don't see panty lines in the vellum. Okay, so now I'm gonna, oh my gosh, this is my favorite part. So
Mary Lou says you can get baby socks at the dollar
Ooh,
store.
ooh,
Next
good
time
tip.
I'm over there, I'll swing through. That's a good idea. Thank you, Mary Lou.
very good tip. So cut a strip out of that beachy paper, and with the I feel like it's sand and waves.
Yep.
And so I'm just gonna place that on the die cut machine, and then I'm gonna bring in This is the
Best
stitch
set ever.
Right? Seriously, this is a staple. If you don't have it, you need it.
I tried not to use it on every single card I did
Yeah,
today.
but sometimes you just can't help it. And once you see this technique, if you don't have this set, you need to run right out and get it. So stitched rectangle dies, they're great for just, adding a little something to just about anything. So the largest one I'm going to line up wherever I want to show the most of that designer series paper, which is right there. And then I'm going to take number 4, which is fourth from the smallest, and then the smallest. And you guys do not have to memorize what I'm doing right now, because we have this, or we will have this for you, including a guide for the stitched rectangle dies and what numbers they are, on our blogs, probably about an hour after this episode. So you'll be able to click the link in the video's description, or go to CraftyStampin' or StampWithTammy.com and download that. So now I'm just going to line that. Do we look like we're lined up here?
Looks pretty good.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and run that through. Whoops. Sorry. I'm a lefty and I needed the left hand to turn. I tried to do it the other way, but I couldn't. It's one of those things. Sometimes my leftiness gets in the way when I'm trying to do something on the camera. Okay, so what I've done now is I've cut out pieces. I know what you're thinking. Oh, you're cutting that beautiful paper. I know it moved. Well, actually, I'm going to use it one more time.
Okay, let's move it out of the way so you can show off.
Actually did move a little bit, but that's all right. We're just going to
We'll make it work.
We'll make it all work. We'll show you how to fix any little blemishes like that happen. Okay, so I'm just going to put these off to the side while I do one more cut. And that is our totally awesome piece of vellum. And we're going to cut the smallest. The smallest right there. So line that up. My left-handed sisters out there can totally commiserate with me.
I'm the only righty in my house, so I always get sent to the other side of the booth or wherever.
Really?
Yeah, my husband always you have to sit on this side or we bump into each other.
So
cool.
You see that is attached to an adhesive sheet, so you can't see the adhesive. So we've got our little secret there. Now, again, measurements for this are all are going to be on our blogs, and I've already pre-cut and pre-layered some Pool Party and Coastal Cabana on a base here, and on some layering sections. They're going to be our secret. So we're going to start by putting our frame down.
And this paper, you're going to have to buy 2 packs because you're going to be
it's hard to choose
use?
which side to go here.
It's really tricky.
It really kind of makes me a little sad. Not going to lie there. So I'm going to go ahead and attach. Now this one, I really didn't get in the center. But I'm going to, you know what?
Pretend.
If I had a ribbon, that's how I would fix this one. I don't think I have one handy, but maybe I'm going to put one on it after I make the card. So let's see if I can get that over as much as possible. And then this is going to go on top. So what I've done here is created a triple time technique using the designer series paper.
That doesn't look bad offside.
Actually, it really doesn't. It actually looks like it's supposed to be that way because of the beachy part.
It does.
So if I know I do the triple time a lot, stamping and then putting the layers together, this is a cool way to do the triple technique using designer series paper. So now you're like, well, what's this all about, right? Okay, so we're going to just peel off the words, peel off the backing to that adhesive sheet that we put on our words, and add it. And oops, got a dog hair on there. Spencer came to visit before we started.
Well, he didn't come out.
And the reason why I did this on vellum and not directly on the designer series paper was because I wanted the words to stand out. I wanted to be able to see the design behind them, but I wanted the words to really jump out at you. And then we're going to finish this off.
Bling.
But wait.
Bling, bling. We need the bling.
But wait, there's more. I can't finish it off without some bling. So let's see. We'll go with this one here. This one looks like a
So someone's asking, this is
pool party.
Pool party, and then it's Pacific Point.
And we will, again, all that information will be, we have very, very detailed PDFs for you this time. So we got you covered.
Yeah. All the details will be revealed.
Yeah. So trust me, we're not going to leave you hanging. You know, we wouldn't do that anyways, but we have full list here of what we're using, including measurements, guide, everything coming. So check back on our blogs 1 hour after the live. If you are watching the replay, click on the link in the video's description. It will be there now, and boom. So card number 1 done. It was my original, so you can see slightly different depending on.
I actually like that.
I kind of do too.
You
actually,
know?
I feel like it's supposed to be like that.
Sometimes mistakes pull up the best designs.
I don't even know if you notice that it's off to the side.
No.
So totally awesome, but depending on where you go with the designer series paper, right, it's going to look a little bit different. Okay, so that's card number 1. Now I'm going to share a similar but different, maybe a step up. We're going to step up on that triple time designer series paper technique. So we're going to take those waves, the wave die here. I'm going to cut this one out of that. Did we show foil?
Oh, we didn't show foil.
Gasp.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Gasp. I cannot even believe we did not share this.
Now. Hold on.
Wow. Okay. So, are you guys ready for this?
Oh, you can't see it. Bling.
Oh my god, like I feel like we're missing something in here. This is part of the suite. Part of the suite here. Holy crap. It is blue foil. So we've got, I would say, like a Coastal Cabana, maybe a Night of Navy and silver. And it is amazing, right?
Losers we are.
Yeah. Holy crap. It's like, this is like the focal point of the whole thing is this foil that is, look at this. Look at.
See us.
Oh, foil's so much fun. Okay, so you're gonna take. I've cut this out of the blue, out of the darker blue. I don't know how well you can see that right there. I had attached a scrap of that blue to an adhesive sheet and cut it up.
Always remember to attach before die cutting.
Yes, very important. Very important.
Attach the scrap. As you're cutting, you go, oh, dang.
Yeah, and then it's too late.
Then it's too late. You got to come up with something else.
Okay, so just going to peel the backing off of there. That's another beauty of adhesive sheets is that you can do that.
It's so much easier.
And I'm going to attach this. I don't know right about there.
These waves are really cool.
I know, but I love them. I love
They're
just
really,
and
really
the,
cool.
I don't know. I'm just in love with this entire suite. All right, I will take that die cut machine back. We're going to use the same exact
setup.
Yep. Same exact stitched rectangle dies as we used on the first one. Again, we have all of that on the PDF, so you guys don't need to memorize. And if you missed the first one, you can go back and catch that if you are watching later. So I'm stepping this one up by adding the die into the mix. And it's not just, I mean, since I cut it out of the foil, it really stands out. Thank you. Here we go again, trying to do it with the opposite. Sorry, you guys are just gonna have to like pretend you can see what's going on there.
It's like tandem die cutting.
All right, that's all I need for this one. Thank you.
Yep.
It's good to have an extra set of hands.
It is.
I always ask for an extra set of hands when I'm doing videos, and it's just me usually. So it's kind of nice when we're together. Okay, so we're just gonna peel these.
I know. I have to die cut all by myself.
I gotta peel the backings off the dimensionals.
Oh.
Da-da-da, and
That's such a cool idea.
da-da. Right? Okay.
And I will tell you, the foil is just awesome.
Oh,
I don't know if it
so
shows
cool.
up live.
So I've got some layering pieces of the foil, and I'm going to show you a little tip. I've pre-attached this to the card base. I've got a pool party card base. I cut this, again, dimensions will be on that PDF. But before I cut these out, I took one of those stitched rectangle dies and cut out the middle of this. Why, you ask? Because it's going to be wasted space when I put this on here. So, I mean, there's no reason to waste all of that foil.
Especially
when we're gonna,
foil, that is.
So I cut it out and then I made it my layers for the card.
Nice.
Oops.
Ew.
We are
Man
out
down.
of, I guess we're going to have a really quick seal adhesive refill lesson. Bada bing. Do you guys ever wonder how to fill one of these things? If you don't already have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 10. Because that's about how many I have. Okay, so we've got our case. That's refill just pops right in. And boom, we are back in action and ready to go. Ready to rock and roll. Okay, so. Right? You didn't even know that we cut that out.
Pears die cutting the newest Olympic sport.
Hey, we could totally make that happen, right?
Wait till you see our finish.
Ta-da! Crossing the finish line with our hands going as fast as possible on the die cut machine.
Can they hold the pose? Stick the landing.
Okay. Now just make sure that your little pieces here are lined up with your wave. So now we've got triple time wave on there. But wait, there's more. But there's more. So I took some of those cute little seagulls.
Oh, look at that.
And cut them out. Now I added these after.
How are you holding them? Are you holding those on the sticky of a Post-it note?
I am.
Oh my Lord. Pro tip, ladies. Pro tip.
I pre-cut these. Yes, I am. So
that should have been the lead-in. Look at that. She used the sticky strip to hold them all.
Had them pre-cut so you guys didn't have to sit through that.
Oh,
Although now that we've made it an Olympic sport, I feel like now you want to watch it, right? You want to watch die cutting. But now you do have to sit through me peeling the backing off.
So while you're peeling, so the question is, do you prefer Seal or Seal Plus? Well, they are good for different things. Seal is good for just regular adhesive, whereas Seal Plus is more like a 3D item where it's going to have a lot more interaction and you're going to need it to really stick. You don't need that for everyday layers and such.
I don't know. Some people do like to use it for every day, but I think it's overkill. All right, this is not.
I like to be able to take things apart when I screw up. So I like having Seal.
I agree with you.
Not permanently.
If you use Seal Plus, you will not be taking it apart after if you screw up on your lineup.
No. And I have a tendency to take myself apart and put it back together.
Same. I tend to be a little bit messy with mine.
My Stamp Club girls used to be like, Linda, it looks like there's like 5 layers on here. Should we be doing that? I'm like, no, those are all my mistakes. Don't look that close at the card, please.
Do not look at the man behind the curtain.
No, those are all the previous versions.
One of these I had already peeled the backing off, and I was sitting there trying to unpeel the backing off of it that wasn't there.
Yeah, so someone says card crafting should be an Olympic sport. Absolutely.
We agree.
And someone else is saying that the beautiful mother of pearl for the wave.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Right on.
Yes.
That is Julie. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We're with you on that, Julie.
Oh, yeah. That would be amazing. Yeah. Okay. So
we tried to stay in the suite. I purposely, because I was like, oh, I can do this.
Right.
No, stay with the suite. Stay with the suite.
Like my lineup here. Let's see.
Sometimes it's hard to focus when there's tons of pretty things all around.
Try to get my gulls lined up here. My gulls in a row.
I can never get my squirrels in a row. So
no, yeah. I don't know how I don't think gulls are any better. I don't see how we're going to get them in a row if we can't get the squirrels in a row. Let's see. Right there, maybe. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go with it. Okay, so we've got our flying gulls that are coming off, right?
So
and
awesome.
Then add a couple of those beautiful rhinestones to it, and see if I can get the foil effect in there.
I love these.
Oh, it's so cool. Okay, so these are the cards that I just made, but wait, I've got more. But wait, there's more.
She got busy.
Yeah, the problem with this collection, and I will just warn you now, is that it is so addicting to work with. So once I started, I couldn't stop. I had so much fun this weekend playing with it. So here's card number 1. And here are a few more takes on card number 1, just using
I like the ribbon.
different designer series paper, and that's that reversible ribbon, the old olive and I believe it's Bermuda Bay
yeah.
ribbon on the edges there. So that's one more take on that, and here's one more take on this, featuring the lighter side of the designer series paper as the
That's so cool.
focal point. So there's triple time designer series paper right there. And then for
Bum, bum, bum.
this one, I went a little bit darker and played with some white. So we've got the white wave in here and then some white seagulls. Did kind of like a reverse effect on that one. So we have the dark and the light. And then I've got a couple more different.
She's got more.
But wait, there's more. These are totally different, though. Yeah. Something completely different. So just, there's more that you can do.
Yeah.
It's not just the triple time technique, but it's pretty cool, right? So this, I use the diorama dies.
Oh, and you use is this the splatter
Yep.
and whatever? Yeah.
Folder on the background, and then I just rubbed with a sponge daub or some ink over the top.
So I thought from the picture you sent me that was more DSP. That looks really cool.
No, it's actually, and I don't know if I can lift this up so you can see underneath it. Oh my gosh, I'm taking it apart. It's Bermuda Bay. See, the paper's Bermuda Bay, and then I sponged over it.
That's cool.
And this was a case of what was on the flyer.
We both did this.
Yeah, we both did flyer cases.
The flyers were really good.
When I said I had some fun, so it was kind of this one. When I said I had some fun and I got really into playing, I don't know how many of you guys do this, but yeah, I had a little ink pad accident. Yeah, I know, so sad.
I've done that.
Yeah, I'm a messy stamper. And my last share, but Linda's got some more coming.
Okay.
This is my last share, and it is just an outline of the wave, and I actually cut it out of the designer series paper here so that you can see the cardstock underneath it as the wave. So then we've got, a little bit of a illusion going on, which is really kind of cool. And then the tag here, these tags, label tags here, are part of the die set. All right, here comes Linda.
So this is one I cased from the flyer. I loved the background of the wave in the same tone on tone as the background. And this, which is what made me do it, because sometimes you look at the samples and you're like, how'd they do that? What is that? So this is the stamp. Where did we put the stamps? This is the wave stamp. I just turned it upside down. So this is the bottom of the waves and just cut it down. So you just get a little bit of that image.
She's wicked smart.
Oh, it's really kind of cute. So this is a case from the flyer. Here's one where I really just featured that all of these is like you don't want to cover up the DSP. So, and then I took, these are the two different waves. And I would do this with flower dies, is I would just kind of let them just kind of spill out over the DSP. So I did that with the wave. This is two of the waves in the navy, and just did the greeting on the label die that came with it. Here's another one. Again, I didn't want to cover up the DSP too much because it's so pretty, so I did use some vellum before I did, and here's the wave stamp with the greeting and then a couple of the jewels. All right, this one, sometimes you get an idea in your head, and then as you're doing it, it's like not working out, so you're pulling it apart, and you're putting it back together, and you're pulling it apart, and put it back together. That's what this one is. So this was
love this.
The first one that I tried. I wanted to do, this is the die for the gull on the dock. And I just wanted to do them in silhouette. And this is where I used a bazillion of the rectangle dies as well. And I wanted the wave. So the wave is done in, what do we say, the Coastal Cabana foil. But it's like I don't know what you want to call it. It's like a triptych. So then here I got the clouds. And here you can see the clouds are the two dies on top of each other that I did in the funky colors. But here they are in white. And then you open this way, and you get to see that really pretty paper. And I tried to imagine the paper like this is the sky, and this is the water. But then I was like, this is really pretty, but you can't, there's no place to write. So I only attached this piece on the right. Oops, I gotta do it this way. And so behind is the place for the greeting, and I stamped the waves at the bottom just for something a little different.
Love it.
So, and
Love
these
it.
guys are attached with window sheets. You can kind of see on the back. So they are out into the middle, and then the die. So I was trying to decide if I should put a belly band on here. Just, to me, it said it needed more. But I don't know
love
what
it.
more I could do.
I love
so
it.
sometimes I just need to walk away and go, it's good. So those are the waves of the ocean.
So that is the Waves of the Ocean collection, right? I know.
I want it all. I have it all.
That's why we're demonstrators. So it is such an addicting
Pelican, not a
set.
gull. Thank you.
Yeah, there are both in there.
Yeah.
There are both in there,
Yeah.
but yeah. So once you start playing with this one, it's like one of those things that you go down the rabbit hole. You can't stop. You're like, oh my god, this and that, and then I've got.
Yeah. And like I said, I had to stop myself from not going and grabbing 20 other things, like the sailboats and the whatever, and stay just in this set. There was so much to do with just this set, but my ideas just kept going and going, especially with that paper.
Yeah.
And that is limited time only. So
Right.
when that comes available, get it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Don't forget to drop a comment so you're entered to win our giveaway, which is the Common Camellia stamp set. I don't think I said that right. Camellia stamp set. And if you share this, you will be entered a second time. And Linda and I will both have the information on the cards that I made up on our blogs, as well as photos of all the cards.
All the stuff, yeah.
Probably about an hour. If you're watching the live, about an hour. If you're watching the replay, they're up now.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to drive home. We get posts. It takes a little bit. So,
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And providing that none of us get sick again, we will be back in 2 weeks.